In today's video, I would like to share with you some more homemaking habits. This time I will be focusing more on how to save money around the home, especially in summer. Some of these tips are seasonal and some others are just good old-fashioned wisdom from times when money was tight and women had to make do with very little. These are simple things you can do right now to lower your expenses, ease your routines, and create a home that is calm and cared for. We will start with some kitchen tips. One of the most practical tips from past generations is using the entire vegetable, not only the part we're used to eating. For example, I made a broccoli leaf pie because I had a lot of broccoli leaves and they are perfectly edible and really nutritious. Another example is carrot tops. They can be turned into a pesto. Even beet greens can be sautéed as a side dish. Actually, here in Greece we eat them a lot with olive oil and lemon. And a leftover beetroot can be added to a veggie burger. This isn't trendy, this is old wisdom. Our grandmothers weren't throwing things unless they had to. Leftover rice or quinoa, that can become the base of next day's meal. Maybe it's a cold salad. Maybe you can mix quinoa with a couple of other ingredients and make patty and fry them up, or put them in the oven and make a burger. Nothing fancy, just nice simple meals made from what is available and what is already cooked. That kind of cooking saves both time and money. When you're cooking and you're peeling onions, you're peeling your carrots, you have a lot of scraps from vegetables, keep them all, put them in a pan with water and boil them. And you can make your own broth. And after you boil it, you can put the liquid in an ice cube tray and use the cubes whenever you're cooking. Or you can even add some herbs to those cubes. There is so many things you can do as long as you let your imagination run free. Women used to stretch their food like this because they had to. And honestly, it still works and it's genius. Have you heard of aquafaba? It's that liquid that we find in canned chickpeas. That liquid is gold. You shouldn't throw it away. You can whip it to make vegan mayo, make desserts, all sorts of things. And also it's very useful when you're making hummus. I'm not sure if they were using aquafaba in the 40s or previously, but the spirit is the same. Don't waste anything that can be turned into something else. Instead of buying soft drinks or juice, you can make your own sun tea or a simple lemonade, or just some fizzy water with leaves of spearmint. It costs pennies and it just feels better because it's something that you made. That's how people used to refresh themselves, with whatever they had on hand. I would like to mention here that the examples I share in the kitchen money-saving tips are mainly plant-based because I'm vegan and that's how I cook. But the mindset behind these tips, using what you have, stretching ingredients, that can absolutely apply to any kind of diet. So feel free to adapt these ideas to your own preferences. If you live alone or you're just doing your own laundry, it doesn't really make sense to run the machine every time, does it? I try to hand wash my undergarments daily. It takes a few minutes, uses a lot less water, and of course your clothes last longer. That's how women used to do it.
It is advisable to wash them fairly frequently afterwards in tepid water with lather made from good soap or soap flakes.
A quick wash in the sink and hang it dry. We have all seen stocking hanging in the bathroom to dry in movies from the 50s or 40s, haven't we?
Now hang up to dry, meaning the stockings of course, not you, and carefully straighten out the fabric.
It's not just about saving on the electric bill. When you live alone, laundry doesn't really pile up very fast. You have to wait days, even a week, to have enough clothes for a proper load. But some things like your undergarments or light tops that you wear often, you don't really want to wait that long to clean them. So it's just easier and more practical to wash them by hand. Of course, I know that some of the newer, more expensive washing machines have some smart load options and different weight scales. Chico! But for some of us mere mortals, that's not the case. Drying your clothes outside is honestly the best way. It saves money It is gentler on your clothes, and it just makes sense. I've never really understood why people use dryers, to be honest. Here in Greece, I don't know. Here in Greece, I don't really know anyone who uses a dryer. I honestly don't. They use a lot of electricity, and for what? Hey, Chico! We have the sun doing the job for free. And even if you don't have a yard or a big outdoor space, you can use a foldable drying rack on your balcony or even in a room that gets a lot of sun. It works just as well. And it is also a great option for rainy days. Shh! Your clothes will last longer, they will smell fresher, and you will not be running up your energy bill. It's such a small change, but over time, it really adds up. If something has a hole, fix it. If it's too worn to wear, turn it into something else, like rags. Women used to make quilts from old dresses or reuse flour sacks to make clothing. That wasn't a Pinterest project, it was a necessity. And for many of us, it's still necessary, especially when you want to live sustainably. My grandmother, for example, used to take old tablecloths that had stains that couldn't be cleaned, and she would cut around the stained parts, avoiding them of course, and she would make kitchen towels. Nothing was wasted. She always found a second life to things. And that kind of thinking really stuck with me. Back then, women knitted, crocheted, quilted, and not just for fun, but also to make things they needed. If you can make something instead of buying it, you're saving money and also keeping that skill alive. I always have something small going on, like a crochet project, a sewing project, something. Because it is a great way to spend a quiet evening, and because the end result is just a beautiful thing that I made with my own two hands. Back in the Victorian era, women would oil their carpet sweepers or loosen the screws on their wringers to make them last. And honestly, we can still do that today with our own tools. A quick vinegar rinse through our kettle, wiping down your fan blades, brushing lints, and oiling your sewing machine. These small acts of maintenance will save you from big expenses later. It is quiet and practical homemaking, and it works. When some rooms aren't in use because your kids are away or because you live alone, you can shut the doors. It makes it easier to just keep just one or two rooms comfortable. This was common during the Depression and the wartime. People didn't try to cool or heat the whole house because it was expensive. They would concentrate life into one space, and it worked. Yeah. Back then, water wasn't just expensive, it was precious. People reused rinse water from washing or boiling food whenever they could, and that rhymes. And we can still do that today, of course. Water from rinsing produce or boiling vegetables, unless you use it to make a vegetable stock, or even water from boiling pasta. After it has been cooled, it can be used to water your plants. It is clean and full of nutrients. Washing up by hand, and if you're washing your underwear or your clothes, you can reuse that water for mopping floors, for rinsing down balconies or entryways. It might not seem like a lot, but in areas where it doesn't rain much or where water bills are high, every bit helps. These tips are not glamorous. They weren't back then either, but they worked, and they still do. If you're trying to stretch your budget right now or feel more in control of your home and routines, I really hope some of these ideas spoke to you. Let me know in the comments what habits you already use or you remember from your grandmother or your mother. I would love to hear. Thank you for spending time with me and Chico today. And we will see you in the next one.